this all the time. I was successful in the auto industry because of the way our dealership did practice. And we're going to have the son, one of the Greenblatts, on our show. Well, the first dealership I worked at, I'd never sold cars before. And it was an extensive initial training program that was like 2 weeks. And they went through everything. Before you really even were hired, you were hired, but maybe you weren't going to be hired if you didn't complete the 2 weeks successfully, let's say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So it was, when I say very thorough, and we role played and rehearsed every phase of an auto sale, every aspect of it. The customer objection. Okay. So how do you overcome that? From that point, though, every single day, we had an hour-long. Everybody. There were 80 salespeople in that dealership.
Whoa.
We were all in a meeting, and we all had a role play something. We would stand. They'd make you stand up, and it was the feature benefit. For one. Ernie, give us the feature benefit on whatever anti-lock brakes. In front of everyone, you stood up and you had to do it. So you'd look like a fool if you didn't have something intelligent to be able to relay.
Absolutely.
So because of that kind of peer pressure, that entire group of people were razor sharp. We'd rehearse how to the sale that they'd have. The fine little print that they would read real fast at the end. Okay. We'd talk about that. And we were prepared for the customer response.
The objection.
They practiced stuff like that.
I've never heard of that.
We practiced. Roy Greenblatt, it was this GSM. It was his responsibility. I'm telling you, that's one of the reasons I became successful because it was what you're talking about. But every one of us in that dealership, unless they were kind of just brain dead and didn't care about their job, and they didn't make it. They didn't last. We're really good. We're really, really good at what we did.
So did that come from him being the GSM, or did it come from decisions in the organization above him? Would you know? Or
above.
So that was the standard that they were going to set for it. This is how we're going to run. It's my money, my building. Here's how it's going to happen, right?
Yep. From above.
And I think that's probably part of the problem. That probably doesn't happen that often.
Right.
And my answer before Ernie started talking was going to be that people don't want to take time out of their personal lives to practice something. It's like, well, I'm not on the clock. I'm not working. I got 3 kids. I have a wife that doesn't want me to sit here. I got to be a dad. I got to do this when I come home. I don't have time to practice. So it's like if it doesn't happen at work, I'm not going to do it. But I think that goes further back to some of the stuff that you talked about changing your mindset. And it happens in the first half an hour. It happens in the first hour of when you wake up. It happens, in the first month when you decide you're going to change your life. You're either going to go out there and kick ass and be a successful person, or you're not. It doesn't matter what you're doing. And practice is part of that, for sure.
Agreed.
But there's a million other things that go along with that.
Yes.
Just your mindset, that we talk about the physical fitness. I mean, you could practice something all you want. If you're a shitty person with a shitty attitude who goes around blaming other people for problems, I don't care if you know the process back and forth. You're still going to suck at it.
That's true.
You're not going to win.
Yeah, it's not. How's the saying go? Practice makes perfect. No, practice makes permanence. Perfect. Practice makes perfect.
I tell people what you do every day is more important than what you do once in a while. And
say that again.
That's a great one.
Right?
Say that again. What'd you say?
What you do every day is more important than what you do once in a while. And the way I kind of, the way.
Write that down, people.
The way I